Been a prepper 4 years. I started in the early 90s. Started preparing for what I thought at the time could be a very strong possibility. I had heard, in the early 90s, I had heard, how can I put it, there was some information that came my way, and it pretty much rocked the boat. And I realized then that it would be in my best interest down the road, later down the road, to be prepared for pretty much whatever, whether it be natural disaster or a world conflict. It would just be best to be prepared. I live in a country where our system is really it has gotten to the point of where a person cannot rely on it to take care of one. There has to be a governing body of people in order to make this system work, and the system is the foundation of everyday life in the U.S. and you have to have a governing body of people. Unfortunately, over the years, the wrong people have gotten into positions that maybe they shouldn't have been in, and the country has basically spiraled downward. The system and those that are placed there is all based on one thing. And once again, we've been down that road also. It's all based on money. It's the money that puts them there. It's not their interests or their talents or their abilities or maybe what is felt is best for the people of the U.S. It is all based on politics and money. And when you put the two together, you have power, control, money. So I've been prepping, and in many different ways, all the way from learning techniques to be able to survive in just about every type scenario, because I personally am not going to rely on those that run the system I live under to take care of me. I'm just not going to do it. Set up platforms to basically target certain groups of people, and it's sad because most of those out there that are not educated buy into it or play into it with this being convinced that this is all things to life, when in actuality, secretly, there is so much sinister and corruption and foulness going on that those people that took this convincing and played into it will unfortunately probably end up being victims. I do not own a firearm. I have never owned a firearm, but I am a prepper. Once again, 20 plus years, yes, I am a prepper. But I do not own a firearm. If there was a natural disaster, or a conflict, or an act of God, let's say the disaster or an act of God, a prepper like myself, we could help. Sets of evidence ever to surface in the history of planet Earth that is basically saying, clean your act up, or we'll come down here, planet Earth, and we'll clean it up for you. And that's exactly the message being sent. Clean it up, or we'll do it. And once again, and I have said this, they do not play well with no one, because they do not have to.